The word fraternity means brotherhood, but for the Greek system at Youngstown State University, there is a great divide. For some time, there has been an apparent disconnect between traditionally white fraternities and traditionally black fraternities at YSU, a disconnect that the local media fails to recognize and that many Greek system members would like to eliminate. With the recent occurrence of hazing that ended in the suspension of Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity, that disconnect became more apparent to me. At a press conference last Wednesday, President Cynthia Anderson spoke of the Animal House days and said they were over. Shortly after, members of the Greek system discussed ways to bridge the gap between black and white fraternities. One main way was to meet collectively each week, whereas now, the white fraternities meet through a committee called the Interfraternal Council, or IFC, and the black fraternities meet through the National Panhellenic Council, or NPHC. I met with some of the Greek system to discuss the importance of coming together.
It was an incident that was really isolated. The group that was recognized with the hazing incident was not recognized by campus and everything. We do have rules in place for the groups that go through these pledge processes, the fraternities and sororities that people join. Recruitment, it's very strict. Our rush week is completely dry. Our names are turned in by campus. Everything's checked about them. Our processes are monitored.
The hazing policy is all-inclusive. It includes all three councils, whether it's Interfraternity Council, Panhellenic Council, or NPHC.
It's very strict. This was just something that happened that doesn't happen quite often. It's very isolated. These hazing rituals are very antiquated. They don't exist anymore.
Some campuses, their IFC, Panhellenic, and NPHC, they all work together. They do events together, whether it be Greek Week, Greek Sing. But it varies from campus to campus, and it just so happens that at our campus at this point in time, we kind of need to take that time to pause and reflect and look back at maybe some of the things that maybe we could do better together as a group and not feel that disconnect.
Not really so white and black. It's just more so support and keeping a communication within the Greek system here so that there is no disconnect. And it's more so on communication, you know what I mean, and supporting each other's events, community service, and stuff of that nature.
Okay. One thing that's really tough is that if I had to get a hold of MPHC for anything, I really don't know when they meet, when their meetings are. It's just that we've been separated for such a long time, and to delete that stigma between all of us groups is to just get organized.
Have a meeting, set it up, talk to them about what you guys consider hazing, what they consider hazing. Maybe just work together to get rid of anything that could be considered bad or that could bring down any chapter.
The way the Greek system's set up right now, each individual group has their own method of recruiting people, getting people in the organization, and each organization has different goals to accomplish. But the one common thing that we all have amongst everybody is we're all under the same guidelines for hazing. So even if we would meet on a weekly basis, I don't believe that this hazing incident, I believe this hazing incident might still have occurred.
I think that maybe some of the feelings that each of the groups were having, wouldn't have been as much of a panic mode where I hope they don't think it's us, or I hope it, because I really feel that all of the chapters felt that way as soon as it came out. Because we all don't want people to think that that's what our organizations are about. Just because one chapter's made a mistake, we don't want to be branded that that's all that happened, that's every fraternity's like that, or every sorority's like that.
I believe we are now faced with the unique opportunity of uniting a Greek system that has been racially disconnected for far too long. And from speaking with members of the Greek system, I can see that many of them are open to the idea of one highly structured, all-inclusive Greek community. It would certainly make the hard times a little easier. And when the local media refers to YSU's Greek life, we can be proud knowing that that means everyone. Maybe then, we can work to be even safer and finally stand as a community of brothers. This is Jared Buecher saying, stay united, Greek system.